Zeef, Warham, you guys are coming into town from the Gasworks Road. You nabbed a guy.
Yes.
He was struggling at one point, but he's not struggling anymore. He's taking a nap on the back deck.
Did he happen to see me dangling through the window, or was he passed out by that point? That's gonna make an impact on how intimidating I can be to him now.
No, he was out when he landed.
Okay, good. Yeah. He didn't see that part.
Yeah, and he woke up, and then he's taking another nap now. So, tell us where you've been set up for these couple of years you've been here now. This isn't the first place that you've worked out of, but it's the best so far.
I'm gonna pick the northernmost green one. That's the Zeef Detective Agency right there.
Cool. All right. You are heading in along the Gaswork Road then, and I assume that is where you would be heading first, since you have an unconscious.
I would actually like to interrogate this guy before, like in the speeder, before we get to
on the road.
Yeah.
You're gonna wake him up on the road. Okay, that is fine.
I'm gonna wake him up in the back seat while Warham's driving, kind of grab him by the shoulders, like, "Where are the drugs going?" That whole thing.
Okay.
Then he'll know where he is.
They're going here.
What do you mean? What does that mean?
We bring the drugs here and turn them into money. Idiot. That's how drugs work. This is where the drugs are going.
Don't get smart with me, Okie Day. You're not going to be smiling.
This guy is bigger than you, but you do have him, I assume, over the
He's bigger than me, but I've been making some points. I've thrown him through a window. I beat him in a contest of strength.
You're gonna make a coercion check to see if you're actually intimidating him, and then we're gonna proceed. But his response to where are the drugs going is to say, "You fucking idiot! They're going here, so that we can turn them into money in the livers of your friend." All right, so your coercion, Mr. Zeef, is yellow, green, green, but you are intimidating. You can suffer.
Yes.
Oh no, so that makes it easier for you to... Okay, so it depends on the difficulty. It downgrades the difficulty of your checks or makes it harder for others to coerce you. It doesn't make you better at coercion. It makes others easier to coerce.
I'm less coercible.
Harder. It changes the defensive side of that. So this is the gang leader, and he still doesn't have any discipline to resist your coercion with. So he has 2 points of willpower. So if you want to take strain, you can remove one of those purples and make it only 1 purple instead of 2, or you can just do it against 2 purples.
I'm about to be back in the comforts of my little house, so I might as well take the strain.
So you're going to take another strain to downgrade that. There is a setback for you.
That's just one strain.
Dark and another because it is cold, but you are wearing adverse environment gear, aren't you?
Yes I am.
So you aren't dealing with that 1 setback from the cold and shouldn't have earlier. So it is going to be can't reverse time. With 1 success and 3 advantage, you have coerced him, and he's going to reveal a couple of additional pieces of information for the advantage.
Sounds like he knows what's good for him.
Yeah, so what he goes, what do you want to know? After you put him over the edge. It's like, all right.
I want the source, all right? I want to know where they came from, who they're going to, who your suppliers are. I want to know everyone up the chain. I want to know, I want to know what's going on
Who's
here.
your boss?
He goes,
you don't want to know that, because once you know, they're going to come for you.
Why don't you let Misa worry about who Misa wants to know, sir? Okie Day?
He takes a deep swallow, and you remember that he was already being intimidated by his boss earlier via the hollow.
That's true.
And that they're on their way in like a week and a half.
That is true.
Come here. And he just warned you that the fact that you'll know who they are means they're definitely going to try to rub you out. And at this point, he swallows and he goes,
I work for the Sharks.
Uh-oh. Wait.
The Kakara brothers are on their way.
The Kakara brothers. God
you know these guys from Narset. So you and your boys were all aquatic type on Narset. You ran in your own little gang.
We had a Squirtle squad of sorts.
Right, exactly. Wet Boys got to stick together, that kind of thing. And once you guys started getting big, some guys came around and said, hey, it's really cool. We love seeing the Aquatic Brothers stick together. These are some big Quarren fellas. They said, but listen, if you're going to be a gang of Wet Work Boys, we're all in the same gang. We all work for the Carcaro brothers. And that was when things started to go south. Because that's when the kind of jobs
they muscled in on what we had.
But also the kind of jobs you guys needed to start doing in order to be part of their organization was not what you were about. And that's why things went the way they were. And everybody went down at that point.
These criffing shark heads, again.
And you are, Zeef, you were the one who was willing to, get off world by not going down yourself. You're the one who cut the deal.
Right.
The rest of your gang went down. You came here to this Iceball, But anybody who is a water breather, who's not working for the Hutts, should be working for these guys.
Gotcha. Okay, well, this tells me pretty much what I need to know.
The fact that the lab guys were Quarren definitely tracks for that.
Yeah, that makes sense. And the Aqualish are they're adjacent enough that it makes sense too. Yep. Okay,
That's
well, I'm going to tell this guy thank you very much. You've been very helpful, and I'm just going to toss him out of the speeder as we're driving down to that place. Because he doesn't need to know where I am at. He doesn't need to know where I live.
You don't have a karma meter. The Jedi would take conflict for a thing like that and have to roll to see if that was going to affect their karma. But you don't have a karma meter, so the guy goes, out the back of there's a Wilhelm screen. He disappears into the darkness as you guys pass the Fishtown power plant.
Definitely take the long way. At this
pull in onto the road there, heading into town. So now that you don't have a passenger, where are you guys headed?
Are we still back to base, back to the detective agency?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I mean, we'd probably slow down a little bit just because we've lost our pursuit, and
we want to appear casual at this point.
Rather than racing through the streets.
What's the Destiny look like?
I think it's flat right now.
Okay. Well, the Force is with you guys, so my Jedi friends, as you are preparing to enter the bar, you see the speeder cruise past on the far side of the market and take a right-hand turn deeper into town. And how are your eyes? Perception is all right. You're both meh, so you don't know see where it's going once it turns and heads up Main Street around the corner. But you see the speeder come into town and head.
I imagine it's probably pretty
northwest.
Foggy since got a big old factory and a body of water and stuff.
It is nighttime now. Yeah.
Cold. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That'll affect your visibility.
Snowy.
Yes, so you're outside the bar. You see the speeder coming into town and heading that away. Now that the sun has gone down, the last of the men working in the factory or the warehouses at the dock are coming down that dockside road, heading towards the bar and towards yourselves. They give your fine clothing long, wary looks as they pass by. Most of these guys are wearing heavy ponchos of dark
or to the Jedi.
colors. They glare at the Jedi as they enter the bar.
They're wearing the Jedi Fallen Order poncho kind of things.
Yeah, exactly. Cool. Lots of Aqualash and a few Gagoran. The Gagorans aren't wearing ponchos because they are perfectly suited to the climate, and most big furry guys we see, like Wookiees and Gagorans, don't appear to wear clothes. But the Aqualash are all bundled up against the weather. They head past you, looking at your fine clothes, with what looks like they're wary of you as they head in, like you might be a problem.
Even though we're well dressed.
Fucking gentrification.
Yeah, you're clearly like 3 socioeconomic levels above the people entering this bar, and
so we're overdressed.
That's like
you're wearing Lando's wardrobe at like a little
Lando's
worker town.
You are perfectly dressed.
Blue collar bar.
Expat club and get like the best seat in the house with no res. Right?
Yeah, you're good for the casino, but
you got dropped off at the docks instead.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you did just see that speeder go by and head deeper into town. It went past the far side of the market there. My Jedi friends.
So through the vision, through the dream, we know that we've seen the speeder before.
And those two people who were in it. Yes, and from the ship you were confirmed that they were in it, and you saw them in the speeder. It was the moment from your vision. Was them in the speeder. And now that you've landed, and you were standing outside this bar, you saw the speeder go by again.
Because of where we are, we couldn't quite tell if that speeder was in a hurry or not, or if they were being chased. So, even though we do know that the speeder is here, alright, yeah, then let's just follow it, I guess.
Speeder would probably outpace them, I would imagine.
Oh, definitely. Right? But, I mean, to head towards the casino, they would have to head in the direction you were also heading. Yeah. So you head into town instead of into the bar?
I guess town.
I'm asking the Jedi. Yeah, so to get up to the casino, you have to head all the way through town anyway, which is the direction the speeder headed. It came into town.
So if we're not going to the casino and if we're following the speeder that went into town, we should just
You're still heading in the same direction, which is northwest. You are at the bar, which is at the eastern side of town. There's a road that runs east to west through town.
Has Lando left already?
If you want to spend a destiny point, he has not. You have 4. And I will spend them as well. They will keep flipping back and forth through the game, because I'll use them to do
If he left already, I have no problem taking the jacket off, selling it to make us less of an eyesore, and continue walking through town. Because if
you'll still be able to walk through town. It just looks like you're heading towards the casino anyway. And
yeah, I mean, honestly, looking fancy gives you a good cover. No one's going to think twice, oh, there's some tourists going to the casino, you know?
They should have landed there instead, you know?
Dumb tourists don't know where to park, you know, it all works.
Yeah. The casino's on the other side of town. You have to head after the speeder into town anyway to head towards the casino. And as you do so, you pass first a market on your right and then a droid shop, then a road which crosses. At this crossroad, there's a droid shop, a gun shop, and a healer. And you can see down the road between the gun shop and the droid shop that the speeder from your vision has pulled up out in front of a 2-story domicile, which has a sign in whatever the Star Wars equivalent of neon glowing in one of the windows. What is the sign for your detective agency, Zeef?
It just says Zeef's Detective Agency in glowing orange Orabesh above the door.
All right. The speeder from your vision is pulling around the back of this building as you approach the crossroads here. You can continue east towards the casino, but they are north of you. But I'm not going to tell you where you're going, so if you want to continue to the casino, that is fine. So I want to know what you Jedi want to do. You're the Jedi, not me.
Xavix, you got an opinion?
So if I saw the speeder going down that way, I'd probably follow into him. That's what we saw in our vision. That's what we need to go in. Yeah, I'm dressed like a tourist, but that's just going to give me a cover to go through the whole system. So honestly, it's just going to be easy if we walk straight into the detective agency. We'll be the weird customer that comes in.
Yeah.
Yeah. The femme fatale.
Boom.
Perfect.
Plus, it gives me
she's
good cover.
wearing a coat for walking into a detective agency with. So you guys are behind them enough. So you guys have arrived, long enough before to get yourself settled into your normal routine. You've parked in the garage at the back of the first level. There's a storage room, access to the stairwell and the front of the building, and a door into the workshop. From here, upstairs on the second floor is your office, then a living space, and your bedroom. In the living space, couch that Warm the Ithorian has been crashing on for the last little bit.
What time is it like locally right now, would you say?
It is coming up on... The sun just finished going down.
Okay, so I think Worm would still be in the garage, probably...
Cool.
kind of just checking out the speeder, making sure that it's in good shape, if it took any damage during the chase or anything. And
EG6
working on
is plugged in. When you guys don't have other things for him to do, Stomper is acting like the all-weather battery charger for the speeder so that it can go when you guys need it to and not have to warm up its coils. Where are you at, Zeef?
I'm upstairs in the office, in the office area, and I am pouring through all of my holo discs looking for all of the backed up information that I had kept back on Nar Shaddaa about the Kakaro brothers, because I had made some notes there, and I'm trying to compare them with the info I just got.
All right, excellent. The front door from the street is open, and the Jedi will be arriving momentarily. Your notes, brief though that they are, the Karkarodon brothers, Douglas and Dinsdale, are very dangerous figures from the Nar Shaddaa underworld. Dinsdale was a violent man, known in fits of rage. He would use an industrial rivet gun to affix his underlings to whatever architecture or furniture happened to be nearest.
That's fucked.
Non-fatally, he would pin them down so that Douglas could come in and give him a stern talking to. And Douglas could wield words like a vibro sword.
A little bit of good cop, wilder cop.
Grown men would rather pull their own heads off than take a talking down to from Doug.
Explains why this underboss was so scared talking to him on the holo.
That's all the information that you have in your notes.
Right.
I don't have the notes for your gang right now, but the toughest member of your old gang, the only one who actually met with the Karkaros face to face before that first ill-fated job, came back as shaken as anyone would be. Wow.
So these are not brothers to be messed with.
No, as you're poring over your notes and entering in your log from this latest case, planning to contact your client to give them, the final rundown tomorrow or the next day, the screen for your street door flashes on and you see two figures in fine clothing are coming up towards the front door. Masters Jedi, the entrance in the front on the street is open until it's locked by the occupants, so that clients can come in and use the stairs up to the... On the outside, you see a 2-story prefab ramshackle outer rim structure. There is a dingy window on this first level in the front, and through it you can see a small machine shop. In through the front door, there is a dim-lit corridor that goes back to several doors and stairs up. A plate near the door says office on second floor. There is, in the second-story window, directly above the front door, is the orange sign, Zeef's Detective Agency, in glowing Orabesh. You can hear the buzzing as you stand in the doorway below.
Oh, I'd say knock on the door.
The front door opens as you knock. It is set up to receive clients. The plate near the door that says office on the second floor, a single bulb behind it lights up.
I'm definitely going to go upstairs towards the office.
All right.
And,
Miss Jinn, are you accompanying?
Yes.
Master Silver Star. Excellent. Yeah, up and around the corner, past a door, is the, I assume, open door to your office, Zeef?
Yes.
Coming around the corner and up the stairs are the figures from your security feed from the doorway. There is a blue-skinned human man with silver hair in a dark blue military-style coat with gold fringe on the shoulders, and a pale-skinned human woman with white hair in a very elaborate white and cream fur coat, approaching under the flickering fluorescent bulbs of your second-story hallway. There are two beaten Nerf synth-hide chairs in front of a desk and terminal unit that is situated by some cabinets in front of the windows, and there is a Gungan, the Gungan from your vision, Narset, sitting behind the desk. And you all meet now, and that means I'm going to let you handle your interactions with each other.
Okay. Hey, Wanawanga. You must be walk-ins. I think I'd remember if I had an appointment with people looking like you on the books. What can I do for you?
I think we might be of mutual interest here.
This is a detective agency, so just let me know what it is that I can do for you. Otherwise, we're kind of in the middle of something here, so...
We have a mystery to solve.
Okay, well that does sound up my alley. Misa listening?
Yeah. Narset here will fill you in better than I could, though.
I was gonna say, how long have you owned that speeder for?
Oh, it's actually a company lease. It's not my speeder per se. Yeah, why? You interested? I mean, I know a guy who sells speeders down here in Fishtown. Actually, give you a good deal.
And how long have you been here for?
Asking questions is kind of my business here, so I'll ask you again, friend. Is there anything I can do for you?
It's hard to answer that question, but if we were to say anything about a volcano factory, does that mean anything to you?
Oh, sure. I mean, everyone in Iceball knows about the volcano factory. It's pretty much the primary industry here. Almost like 2/3 of the workers, that's where they work. So I'm sure there's people working there that'll tell you a lot more about it. But I can let you know the what's what.
We'd love it if you could take us up there somehow.
Or tell us what you know.
I mean,
just some information is all we ask.
It's like super mysterious question askers.
Yeah, seriously.
Right? Yeah, like we just kind of came into this.
They haven't even given you their names yet.
What's going on?
So I'm gonna start.
I'm gonna need some identification.
Yeah.
If you're keep
I am still as a private detective. I am still trying to make a potential sale here. So I'll be like, let's start over. My name is Zeef. It's a pleasure to meet you guys. I am a private detective. You've come into my agency. If there's anything I can do for you, please let me know. It sounds like you want to know about this volcano.
Zeef, thank you for making the sale. Our mystery is a pretty hard one to explain, but we've been receiving visions, and we believe we need to be here. We are guided by the Force, and we believe that the Force has guided us to you.
By the Force, you say?
So
I think I know who I'm dealing with here. Yeah. Okay, well... I'll tell you, you might want to play that close to the chest, but you found a friend here. I'm not going to rat you out for being with, I assume, the Republic, because I'm assuming that you guys are here in an official capacity with the Jedi Praxium or something.
I felt we could trust you. Definitely.
I don't know anything about any Force visions or Force business down here. I'm just a regular run-of-the-mill gumshoe. I'm tracking down some drug runners right now and that sort of thing. But I can take you up there for the right price.
Maybe we could help you with some of your drug runner problem.
Yeah, I don't know that. I don't know if you want to get involved in that.
Then you can help us.
I'm offering a service here. This is a business. Like, I don't need anything in exchange besides some good old-fashioned credits. I'm happy to take you up to the factory and tell you what I know. But if I'm going to be risking life and limb, it's going to cost you. If this is some sort of Force business, I don't want to get a lightsaber in my chest. So I got to think about that too.
Let's go to the casino then. Let's make some cash so we can pay this fine man.
If you're going into that casino, I'll tell you right now, a couple of Jedi aren't going to find any friendly faces. The place is crawling with ex-remnants.
Then where would you say a good casino would be around? Any underground casinos or something?
I mean, that's the casino. I'm just telling you guys, you might want to watch what you say or try and disguise yourself so they know you're not with the Republic or you're not going to get any friendly info out of them.
I mean, other than opening
we can always confuse them with talks about their speeders or something.
Keeping their lightsabers hidden will be pretty effective, to be honest.
The expats aren't going to care that they're non-humans.
They're human adjacent.
So
well, sure.
So okay. So here's that situation. Is that previously, before these guys came, like the club has always wanted sort of a core vibe. So they like the fact that like the most of the clientele are like the natives and the Aqualish and the Gagorans. They could go to like the outer bar, but like they've always like reserved the inner bar for like core species. But these guys would absolutely be included in that. They're the right kind of aliens.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? Like
that does make sense.
We don't only allow humans. We've got a Pantoran.
We got a Twi'lek over there. Like, yeah.
No tailheads.
Oof. Dude. Well, she's dancing. She's the help. Like
she's working. Okay, yeah. No.
She's not enjoying herself.
Right. If you have too much assemblage going on for a cheap episode of Star Trek, you're too alien for this bar. You know, but they have a public bar, like a very small public bar, if you look at that slide, where they will let the locals go to, you know.
Okay.
But you guys can't even get through, like, the main door anymore now that the Remnant are here. They used to. Everybody from town used to be able to go in and, like, enjoy everything but the nicest stuff here, but now you can't even get through the main doors and have to go to, like, the
They don't like hammerheads around here.
Mm-hmm. It's because the Remnants showed up and they're like, what do you mean it's not like a core experience? You know, they're enforcing their own rules.
I think what I'll do is I'll take that into account, but I still going to go to the casino. We got to make money. We got to pay people. We just don't have that right now.
If you meet some good contacts, they might be able to line you up for a job or something at the bar. You know, rubbing shoulders with some people who might have problems they need solving.
Hey, you never know. Plus, we could meet someone there that could use their services. But regardless, we're dressed to impress. We got Lando's Imperial or fine clothing on. Let's go to the place. Let's go have some fun.
Yeah. Fake it till you make it.
Yeah. You never know. We're not going to make a ton of money down here in Fishtown. We're going to make a ton of money where people make a ton of money.
Can I say that I have a guy who works at the casino who's got like tight communications back to Narset, so I would have a reason to go to the casino too, to like get in touch with that guy, see if he's heard anything about the brothers leaving the planet.
If you want to spend a destiny point, you can.
Let's do it.
All right.
Cool.
Flip it a destiny.
Give him a ride in the speeder.
Oh man, look at this!
You guys all going to the casino?
Let's do it.
Well, I don't even know any of this is going on right now. I'm still in the garage.
Warren,
that's true.
Warren, as you're like Ray stance up to your waist under the hood of this speeder with a cigarette hanging out of one of your mouths. Zeef and two.
Did we come clean to say that we were Jedi, or did we just kind of say that?
He implied it with the Force. I'm pretty sure my Gonstoid scanned you guys, and he knows you have lightsabers too.
Figure it out.
I'm pretty sure Stomper scanned you guys and knows you have lightsabers on you too.
We followed a Force vision here. It was a pretty big tell that you guys are in fact Jedi.
You're either Jedi or crackheads talking
not
like
figure
that.
out a way to lead into a conversation with him.
You make your way into the garage and find War. Hey, that's the Jedi way, right? And find Warham waist deep in one of the engines of the speeder. Stomper goes gonk, 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 as you come in and waddles over to nudge against you a couple of times.
So I'm kind of bent over the an open compartment in the engine, just doing some work on my speeder that got shot up a little by the electropole or something in the truck.
Yeah. They had an ion spear, and they got close enough to jab it into one of your engines.
So I'm just taking care of some of the damage, and I feel a nudge at my hip.
From Stomper.
Stomper, what do you need? And he kind of gonks at me, so I look up, and I see Zeef, but he's got some company with him.
Exactly.
So, hey, Zeef, we got a new job?
Maybe. We're heading to the casino right now. Got some off-worlders here looking for information. Some kind of Force vision. I don't know. What do you think? Should we risk it?
Hey, the speeder's looking good. Just got to tighten this hatch down, and we'll be good to go.
You don't give a fuck about the Force, whatever.
Bomb bad. We's doing it. Cool. Everybody in. I'll take the credits up front, please.
Accommodating detective agency I've ever been in.
Actually, you know what? I'll take the. I guess I could take. You guys are. Do you have enough credits to pay me up front and also gamble?
No. How much would you charge for a ride up to the casino? Is all I'm asking.
I don't know. 50 credits. 50 credits. That'll cover gas.
It's a steep Uber.
I was gonna say, yeah. Say like 20
I was gonna say maybe like.
Well, that's what happens when you hire a private detective agency to be your Uber.
As a cab driver.
Fair enough.
Instead.
Would you take 30?
True.
Would you take 30 straight up?
I'll take 30.
I have that in my pocket right now.
I'll tell you what. I'll take 30 now.
Opposite.
I'm gonna roll. What's it called?
Negotiation.
He's totally
Negotiation.
what we're
against All right, this is not a PvP game usually, but you will roll your negotiation against Zeef's negotiation, which will turn into red dice. What are your negotiation skills, Zeef?
Negotiation skills, green.
All right, so it's 3 purple for your difficulty to negotiate.
Gungan versus Jedi. That seems like an even
with your negotiation as the positive side to it, Master Jedi. And for every success, you can knock 10 credits off of the 50 credit.
Okay, and I'm green.
Okay, so green against purple. That, an even hand in this game is weighted towards success with threat.
Okay.
Because it's Star Wars, and yes, but is how things work. Yes, you escape the firefight in the detention block, but you're in a garbage.
Yeah. I got 2 failures and 1 advantage.
Okay, so you are not able to negotiate him down, but with an advantage, just the fact that you're like haggling over something as minor as this, Zeef should definitely indicate towards you advantageously for the Jedi. This is apparently at least a semi-serious matter because they're here and they're strapped.
I'm not an idiot. I see that if you're willing to spend that, pay through the nose just to get to a casino, clearly you guys are desperately in pursuit of something.
To make the money to then hire you.
So there might be something to just like bringing you guys on and being like, you know what? Clearly you guys are desperate here. I will come on and I'll let you pay me at the end, but you're going to pay me 500 instead.
I can totally agree.
Okay. Then you guys got yourselves a deal.
This was the exact opposite of the negotiation in Chalum's casino, Chalum's cantina, in terms of everything, basically. Right, so you all hop in and head over to the casino. Now that it's been occupied by these remnant assholes, things at the casino are a little different than they used to be. Give me a minute while I prep that scenery.
We're about to enter the expat club. We're all together now.
Fair full of Imperials at this point.
Most of them aren't like straight like stormtrooper, but they're wearing like very obviously like Imperial undergarments or this or that. Like they're not trying to hide the fact that they're expats, but they're also not like visibly like on duty necessarily.
Is this still an actual casino though? Like, would it make sense for people dressed like us to come in and start gambling?
It is still in operation, yes.
Then yeah.
And in fact, I'm spawning in some non-remnant patrons over on the other side near the turbo lift.
Are they off-worlders as well?
They are off-worlders, yes, and if you zoom in, it's literally just a picture of a bunch of Republic senators from the Clone Wars. It's like
sweet.
Bail Organa and a Togruta Jedi and some Rhodian senator and like.
All right, you guys track down the vision. I'm gonna go get Jimmy Smith's autograph from over at the bar.
Exactly.
Is there like a second level with like the casino or something? I'd say
yes,
there's turbo
once you
lifts
go up
over there.
the turbo lifts, there's a casino for. Some of these tables in here are in fact gaming tables.
What the hell is that?
What?
Mitch McConnell.
I said, yeah, it's a kindly old poor world gentleman who is certainly not sinister in any way. You know, who's inherited this place.
He comes from he's kind of like a turtle race.
True. Played by Dana Carvey. in this parody. Yep, alright, so they got some security, they got a bunch of Imperials, they got aliens in the public bar to the side. The waitresses are all the, like, Betty Boop style,
the pleasure droids from the Clone Wars.
Server droids from the Clone Wars, exactly. The ones that are like, okay, yeah, you just built it to look like a humanoid lady. And there's one of them behind the desk as you enter. She, nice, turns to greet Xavix and Narset as they come in, and one of the security droids just moves to bar Zeef and Warham from going anywhere but over towards the public bar.
How wooed!
Immediately. You could say something about that, though, because this is supposed to be an open place of drinking, of course. But she addresses the two of you and says,
"Welcome to the Core World Club. Would you like a gambling or dining table? We also have overnight accommodation to suit the affluent visitor.
I think a trip to the bar would be nice right before we start gambling.
Just this way, sir.
One of the doors behind her opens. There is an identical droid behind it who will lead you out onto the main floor. The place is fairly packed with former Imperial humans. They don't have clothes that aren't Imperial uniforms, but they've done the best they can, most of these gentlemen on the main floor, to remove as much of their armor and flight suits and uniforms as possible to be comfortable. The guys up in the private seating are still fully armored. The officers up in private seating are still in their uniforms, but most of these pilots and grunts and techs are like trying to be comfortable and off duty in here. And you are better dressed than they are and look more like you belong here than any of them. As you walk out onto the glittering gold, like everything is either made of Hazian smelt or bronzium or, you know, all imported materials, nothing that you find in the rim. Like it really is just Canto Bite shrugged down there and dropped on this corner of an ice cube.
As for Zeef, I'm too streetwise to try and push my luck with the droid, so I'm just going to be like, yeah, we should get the message and go off to the right to the public bar.
All right.
Worm is going to follow as well.
You've been here before, not too often. There are locals who still make this their preferred hangout. Aqualish and Gagorans who have decided they're not going to be muscled out entirely. There's a crotchety human who is also still giving his trade to the club, but says he won't drink with fascists, who's also made residence in the back corner of the public bar. There is a in need of repair and slow to function Betty Boop behind the bar, serving out drinks. Here in the public bar, all you can get is locally brewed vodka. If you want anything that's not made out of fermented krill, you have to go into the main bar.
I have... Oh, shit, no I don't. I have Gadgeteer, but I don't have any sort of tinkering, I don't think. I want to try and like hack the droid to go get us some good booze.
So you would hack that droid socially with like a charm check or something like that. Because if you actually try to go and hack the droid, like the patrons are gonna be like, "What the fuck? That's our bartender."
Well, I figured I have my little wrist thing for the gonk, and I could just sort of wrist it to the
Well, things
bartender.
aren't on Wi-Fi in Star Wars.
Yeah.
You've got a link to your gonk.
You'd think.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Well,
then I'll try some good old-fashioned social
future
engineering.
as envisioned in the 1970s.
Retrofuturism,
baby.
baby.
Wi-Fi. Yeah.
Okay, well then I'll just try good old-fashioned social engineering. Try and get her to.
Yeah, man.
Hey, how about you waltz over into the main bar? We can bring back a Ruby Bleals, huh?
Which of your social skills would you like to employ against the Betty Boop? You going to charm her, or coerce her, or negotiate with her, or deceive her?
I'm going to go with wherever my yellows are, and that looks like coercion. Yellow, green, green.
So you're going to threaten this droid for...
I guess that's not really a good look.
Something other than
I'll go with charm. I'll just go with charm. Green, green, green. Let's just charm her.
I mean, I can have Worm do it. He's actually not bad. He's kind of the, he's the negotiator for the, getting deals for his freighter business.
All right,
so.
I'm gonna nudge Worm and be like, hey, go do your thing with the droid.
All right, so Worm walks over to the bartender and rests at the counter. Drink for me and my friend, please. We're here on very important business for a new client.
She turns to fill you up 2 tankards of spotchka?
No, the good stuff, please.
All right. Which roll are you going to make?
Charm.
All right, excellent. The difficulty is going to be 2 purples and a black because you are, not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Smooth talking
They're not supposed to serve the good stuff to people like us.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, not now that the Remnant's here and enforcing, extra rules.
Failure, but 3 advantage.
She sets you up 3 drinks because obviously you've got a client coming as well. And after she moves away, the human in the corner comes around and he goes, "Next time, just ask me to order for you."
Oh my god.
And what's your name, friend?
You can call me Mert.
Merc?
Merc.
M-E-R-T.
Oh, Mert. Okay.
Yeah.
Mert.
Yeah. Almost a real name, but not quite.
Like
That's
Bert.
Star Wars. Yeah.
That's very charitable of you, Mert.
Of course. Well, the place isn't doing nearly as much business as it should. He glares towards the side door that heads into the main room. And he goes, "But I'm glad there's still some patrons. If I can do anything to help grease the wheels, I will."
Honestly, I'd love a Ruby Bleals, and I could pay you without using calamari flan, if that's what you're worried about.
Yeah, so a fancy drink is like 15 credit. And the droid is going to be a while now, gimping her way around the bar and out. She's got some bad servos in one of her knees, and that's why she's fine to slowly make her way back and forth out here. She's going to be gone for a good 5 or 10 minutes. There's a grumbling from the guy next to you at the bar. He indicates his tankard, which is nearly empty, and says,
I was gonna need a refill in a minute.
We pass him the extra drink.
There you go.
I don't know if
Make a friend.
Oculus can grin, but he grins and takes a deep slurp with a proboscis or some kind of bullshit nonsense that comes out of those butt cheeks on his face. Oh.
I pick up one of the other glasses and sort of give him like a cheers motion, but then I set it back down because I'm not interested in
All
drinking.
right. Yeah, because you got a Ruby Gleel on the way.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
You've got fish juice in front of you, though, Warren. You've gotten used to drinking.
I was gonna say, I don't like the Ithorians eat like space fleas or something like that, so I think this is right up my alley, so
yeah.
I'm fine with that.
Right, I say you are like, even though they're called hammerheads, like the mouth is certainly baleen looking to me.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? So like you're definitely space whales. You know what I mean?
So I'm fine with this. Yeah.
Space sharks.
Yeah, I'll take some plankton, please, on the rocks.
Right. You like, I don't know how you like hold it up to the side of your head and tilt it sideways into your.
We don't ask those kind of questions.
That's really culturally insensitive, actually, Joe.
Dude, I've been specious as hell.
You can't just ask someone what side of their mouth they eat out of.
Well, listen, I'm going to do this, and then later.
Was that your mouth hole or the other one?
We're gonna what?
This is set up so that we can f up all of these fascist bootlickers
Perfect.
later. You know what I
Perfect.
mean? Like,
Perfect.
obviously, this place is a shitty place, but like, if it was nice, then how would you guys have a positively
Improve it.
affected?
Hey,
Yeah,
Mert bought me a drink. I'll kill him last.
Yeah.
So, drink too, then.
So
at the bar.
Death by being
Jedi,
walked on by
the
a
Jedi
dog.
have walked into
I'm still here.
the nicest room you've ever seen, or at least gaudiest. You know, I think
Xavix is upper
Xavix,
class.
right? Xavix, you've probably been some nice places.
He's
And, like,
Pantorn. He's got money.
They've laid it on
Okay.
thick in here. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it is absolutely too much. That goes without saying.
So it's
But
Trump
there's a
Tower
bar.
Iceball, basically.
Yeah. Like, I mean, we saw Canto Bite where it's like there's no clap.
Right. It's just everything's gaudy and gold.
Just gaudy.
Yeah, right. Like if a poor, it's a poor person's conception of what rich people would do. Where, like, if
Exactly.
I had money, everything would be gold.
Right.
You know? Kind of thing. Yeah, exactly. It's exactly the kind of thing that'll trap tourists or make people who are disaffected feel like they're at home. You know, by laying on all of the schmaltz thick. So the back 2 walls of this area have a series of flat, hollow portraits against them, and it is supposedly the droid server who's leading you in. Apparently, they claim it is all of the Chancellors of the Republic, from Rusan to Valorum. And you can see that the final one on the right was blacked out, and there is actually a red Imperial banner that has been hung over it instead, however.
I feel like there's a story there.
Yeah, but also the fact that the first one they name is Rusan is like, there wasn't the Chancellor Rusan, that was the name of the battle before the reorg. There was no person named Rusan involved in that history at any point. So that's their claim as you're led down a flight of steps. That main floor is recessed. The two lighter yellow areas on the side are slightly raised up, and then the private seating in the back is much higher. And you can see doors there that lead out onto what would be a patio if this was frozen shithole. There are ill-uniformed Imperial officers screened by armored stormtroopers up at the private seating in the back. And the lower-ranked Imperials down here on the main floor are, like, staring at you guys, like, with a very strange look in their faces. Like, some of them look confused, some of them are angry, some of them have, like, a strange reverence for the fact that, like, no, this is what we, you know, like, the nice core, like, this is, yeah, this was the Empire kind of stuff. Over to your left, you can see a group, a mixed race, or mixed species group of individuals in fairly fine clothing. The only patrons still here who aren't part of the remnant, who are still in the club proper. They are not mixing on the main floor. They're up in...
You mean in the turbo lift?
Over near the turbo lift, yes,
Yeah.
exactly. And that is a group of various aliens and humans, none of whom appear to be, you know, immediate former Imperial, chilling back there, far away from everyone else. And you're being led directly down onto the main floor and the bar. She says,
If you would like to start with drinks before gambling, we have a bar both here and on the upper level, where we have table for dance games, as well as cards and slot. Unfortunately, due to low volume, all of the gaming tables for cards are currently closed.
Fine. Games are available.
you might be able to drum up a private game among these people there. She says,
The slot machines are still functioning, and the roulette wheels are still in operation. However, we currently have no dealers for Kazakh or Savat.
Fair enough. I don't need to play any card games. What do they have to drink first?
I mean, you can see Imperial, like, soldiers playing cards amongst themselves on the tables down here, but clearly no one's keeping a high-end casino running right now. They don't have enough custom for that. At the bar...
it'd be weird if I didn't have a drink. Yeah.
They have a...
So I definitely want to get a drink.
So they don't have top shelf, but as somebody who's traveled around, they have a good spread of mid-shelf drinks that you would be able to find not only on the core where this is, but anywhere in the column. And
it's like the space equivalent to whiskey.
They do have some Corellian whiskeys. They don't have anything as nice as like Warren's, which, given what they're claiming this place is, you'd think they would have.
Space whiskey.
All right.
Neat.
Cool. That would be whiskey, Corellian whiskey, a bottle, a case. A bottle's 25 credits, so a drink would be like 3 credits, maybe 5 with the markup.
Yeah, this is a casino, so you're gonna be be above.
I mean, yeah, she should be
retail.
charging you through the nose.
Drinks are generally cheaper at the bar if you're gambling.
But you're not.
But I have yet
exactly,
to gamble.
and you're not on the casino floor at all. So she's probably like, that's
not on
a
casino
15
floor.
credit
The
drink.
bar, the upcharge for the bar.
Your drink is the same as his drink was anyway. Even though it's one neat shot, it's still 15 credits.
Fuck, spend 5 credits more and just get the bottle.
You know? Well, no, that's the base cost, but you're on a Outer Rim world, so prices are times 4 here. So the base costs are now multiplied by 4, whereas your starting gear was all bought at base cost. Everything now has a multiplier on it from here on out.
As I'm making this decision, a drunk patron from the group off to the left here, comes over to buy a drink because he recognizes us. Can I use a destiny point for that?
Absolutely. Yeah. Those are the kind of things destiny points are for. And he's like, it's really good to see that not everyone's scared off. We're here to protect you people.
Friend, I appreciate that kind gesture.
He pushes off from the bar and stumbles back. He goes, I told him we were here to look out for him. And his buddies all laugh and fall. And you guys are left with drinks. Narset, yes. What's your poison? Do the Jedi Knights get drunk on Yavin? No. Like when you're hanging out with the Solo twins and like the Horn kids and Lobaka and Karana T, who are all like the closest
Lobaka is always holding. You know he is.
Everyone. Those are your closest age peers, are those canon characters that I just named from the Young Jedi Knight books, which is the ones I read with like the Shadow Academy. And that bullshit, I read that, not the New Jedi Order. So those kids, as like, they're all younger than you too. If you're in your young 20s, they're probably like 4 or 5 years younger than you. But like they're your closest age peers and also knights. But you're like older and got lost on Dathomir and came back and got your knighthood for that and shit. So you're like the cool older.
You're a bit more rugged than they are.
They're doing their own stuff at this point. Like this is when they're all coming into their own too. But those are your peers. Do you guys party on Yavin? Other than from Lobaka's stash?
They might have. I wasn't cool enough to be invited to the parties. So I'm not necessarily going to grab a drink, but I'll definitely like
hold a drink?
Kind of lean against the bar and sort of like post up and just sort of see what I can naturally hear or see that's being talked about. And then at some point probably use like 4 sense to see if I can pick up on anything more specific.
Yeah, she casts Wallflower at the 2nd level. Within 5 minutes, there's a line of a good dozen to dozen and a half junior officers, senior technicians, off-duty stormtroopers, and TIE aces jockeying for position with each other, all edging in closer, one of whom is undoubtedly going to approach and offer you a drink impendingly. Xavix, you moved over to talk to the people, by whom I mean, you assume you mean not the fascist bootlickers and instead the group over by the turbo lifts?
Yeah, the group over by the turbo lifts.
All right. Narset is getting hemmed in here by the bros.
Haven't seen you around here before.
Hey, what's a girl like you doing in a bar like this? You're the only non-droid female in the entire building.
It hurt when you fell from heaven?
So,
oh my God.
Right.
Are you an angel?
That's what the spacers on Aigo say. They're the most beautiful beings in the entire galaxy. Hey, it fucking worked, okay? She fell for that 8-year-old.
Right. Oh my God.
And of course, the one tech sergeant who's like, "Are you sure you don't have a little Carillion in you? You want some?"
Yeah. So, while she's distracting all of the Imperials on the main level, Xavix, you can freely converse with this group of beings before we put the camera back on Narset as the first sweaty Imperial.
Narset, the sex symbol.
I'm like, sorry.
No, not even. It's just as you listen. This wasn't going to happen until someone very correctly pointed out, like, she's probably the first woman they've seen in like months. You know, quite possible. Like that is true, and not inaccurate.